evening, and welcome to Loud Nerdy on a Tuesday night before Thanksgiving. I am joined by my name is JW Colwell. I'm joined by my co-hosts, uh, Kyle, Defina, and Jerry Kamora. How are you boys doing? I know you guys are up in the snowy end of the world right now. How's everything going? Good evening.
Going better now.
So you guys had what, 24 inches of cold, wet snow?
Oh, it was great. Broken trees, power lines down everywhere for a couple days.
Well, I'm glad
Everybody
you guys
waiting for the PP&L call. When are we gonna have power back? And then it kept getting delayed. Saturday at 11, Sunday at 11, Monday at 10 p.m. That was fun. But we got it back Saturday.
Okay.
But anyway, go ahead.
So I put in about 22 hours of work in 2 days with delivering mail and that crap. So
it was bad.
You guys seem whatever. School has been off here since Friday, so we've been knee deep in the critters. The little boys are just hi boys, hi Missy. Knee deep in the critters, just getting things done, trying to go to the movies, trying to figure out final Thanksgiving plans. I think the most interesting thing about isn't tomorrow night before Thanksgiving. Tonight's the night before Thanksgiving. I said that. I said it's the night before Thanksgiving. I didn't say that, but that's okay. We're Thanksgiving Tuesday is what it is. It rained.
Not here.
So I think the most interesting thing about Thanksgiving when you get older is when you're a kid, the magic is good evening, gentlemen. Hello, Joe. Hi, buddy. That reminds me, if you like the show, by the way, like us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all those other places. It's already a scroll on the screen. Our grand poobah has arrived. But that reminds me of Thanksgiving. The magic of Thanksgiving when you were a kid was you got up, you watched the parade, maybe, and then there was food. And maybe if you were into football, you watched football, but I wasn't really into football when I was a kid. It was more movies, and my dad might have to work because it's one of the busiest movie-going days of the year. And so I was thinking about it. It's just the magic of when you're a kid, but when you're an adult, one of the things that look the other two of these gentlemen could grow facial hair. Yeah, I don't care. I'm good. I feel nice. Look, I look good. I look thin.
I didn't have any power to shave.
That's
not that you need it, but I had no running water. I could have used snow.
You are behind. Your video is behind your voice.
Is it?
It's going to be an interesting problem.
Yeah, it's hysterical.
We've been having all kinds of technical issues this week. I had Overlord Joe. I don't think he's an overlord so much as a grand poobah. Anyway, I was thinking about it. Like the magic when you're a kid is Thanksgiving happens and it just kind of happens around you. You get maybe said kids table, all these different things. But when you're an adult, you have to worry about things like, did we get everything we were supposed to get at the grocery store? Can you follow lists as an adult? Because the women in your life sent you with lists to get things. Can you follow that list to a T and not upset everybody? Somebody says, I want, crushed pecans instead of regular pecans. You get the regular pecans. They look at you like you have 7 heads. And I just think it's an interesting thing. When we're kids, it's magical. The adults in the house are up at 5 in the morning to put the turkey in. And, now it's like we have a turkey that you can just put in a bag and you don't even have to unfreeze it, which is a butterball thing this year. So do you guys feel the same way? Like as you're getting older, like the magic of Thanksgiving has worn off and it's more like,
it's another day to eat food.
Yeah, just want to get through the holiday. Jelly cranberry sauce, not whole cranberry sauce. So you want the canned shit versus actual cranberry.
Ew!
So gross.
So, talking about the parade, it's going to have 4 Broadway acts in it.
Yeah.
Macy's, yes, not the Murmurs, Macy's. Death Becomes Her, Hell's Kitchen, The Outsiders, and
so is it
Greatest
Hell's
Thief
Kitchen?
from Redwood in Upton. Hell's Kitchen is Alicia Keys' musical.
Okay, so it's not Gordon Ramsay. It's not a Gordon Ramsay musical.
No.
Okay. So what? It's going to have New York
Those
in
will
it.
be the 4.
Concrete Jungle is Where Dreams Are Made. I'm
I don't
just.
know. I haven't seen Hell's Kitchen
I
stuff.
heard there's going to be a very huge Wicked contingent, and that is a good point. I do not want the cranberry sauce to be chewable. I need my cranberry sauce to melt in my mouth.
Let's get cranberry juice.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know. They both come from
The
it.
funniest part is watching Jerry's screen not move,
And then
the
his
voice
face
come out, and then
his
yeah,
face. Yeah,
I
it's
say something and then that's it.
yeah.
there is supposed to be a big
I'm in time here.
Wicked contingent. Jared needs a reboot. He looks sleepy. Yeah, Jerry, if you want to reboot and try to come back, you can do that. We'll see if we can get you synced.
And you misspelled creepy, not sleepy.
No, I think he meant sleepy. You guys are all in like a snow slumber up there. I think that's one of the things that most people do. Let's talk a little bit about my open door policy has bit me in the ass. I am now hosting Do Not Have Food. I'm feeding them cookies and watching them become feral assholes. Yeah. Okay. That's a thing, I guess. What was it, like Thanksgiving Fight Club? Wicked is absolutely amazing. I'm going to see it 1,000 times. You're not going to go see it 1,000 times. You're going to go see it 4 times.
Well, now you just threw that gauntlet down.
That's fine. It's the same way we're never going to get a silly Jubilee movie. Anyway, I always miss Randy's cranberry relish. Boo. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Cranberries have come a long way then to just buy it in a fucking can. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Okay. Boo. And Jerry's back, and he'll be back in a second. Let's talk box office. Wicked had a very big weekend, anywhere from 112, 114 million, depending on who you talk to. Gladiator 2 came in second with 55 million. Red 1 came in third with 13 million. Cruising its way to Amazon Prime in about 2 weeks. You realize how many times I've actually seen the musical on Broadway, right? Yeah, it's okay. There's going to be other movies in the next 3 weeks. You'll see. I've seen Wicked twice. I'm about at the end of, just from a time standpoint, being able to go see everything that's coming out in the next 3 or 4 weeks, all the Oscar nominees, things like that. I'm just saying, 1 billion. I can even say we'll get 1,000 times in the next year, so I'm easy. That's fine. I don't. So okay, let's do this. Every time you watch Wicked in full, you can put a click or a check mark or a comment on the Loud and Nerdy page. And then at the end of the year, we'll see how many times you watched it. Fair? Wicked breaks musical records like that. Well, yeah, but it's not just that they broke musical records. You still have small little people. You have time restraint. Live all the time in the world. No, I understand. No. Let's do it. Let's see if you can do it 1,000 times in a year. Full. It's got to be watched in full. Can't be watching like 5 minutes and then like that counts. So 1,000 times. Have a great year, Kyle. I haven't seen it, Cy. Yeah, it's really great. But the breaking musical records thing is interesting because the record it broke was Into the Woods. It was almost like 10 years ago. So, and Into the Woods was only 31 million. So if you're looking at anywhere from 112 to 114, Variety says Wicked is the Oscar frontrunner. I 2 things going against it. Just in general, 2 things going against it. Oscars, it's going to get a boatload of nominations. That's clear, right? It's going to get cinematography, costume design, production design, editing. A couple of the original songs will make it into the Oscar race. Arrivo, probably Grande, probably director, probably screenplay, probably picture. But what I would say is, what Satanist would only view a few minutes of Wicked and stop? I don't understand. That doesn't compress my head. You turn in and watch the whole thing, just like you turn Rocky Horror and you watch the whole thing. Okay, so 1,000 times. Let's make the bet. You have to watch Wicked 1,000 times from this
What
day
time
forward.
frame?
From this day forward. We'll do from 11/26 to 11/26. So there we go. There's the bet. Shake. Good.
That's
Moving
3
on.
times a day.
That's what I'm saying. It's not feasible, and that's what I said at the beginning. Was that you're not going to watch it 1,000 times, but she wanted to throw it on a gauntlet. Let's do it. Let's do it. She has all the time in the world. She said, "Okay." I'm just saying you're gonna want to go see other movies and watch other things. But I like it 1,000 times. 11/26 will mark it in 1 year, Kyle. You don't understand the assignment. 1,000 times in a year. So from this day forward, every time you watch the movie, Missy, JW, you're literally, yeah, I know, it's kind of cool. JW, you're literally torturing Kyle. I'm not. I didn't say I could do something that is unfeasible. I didn't say I was going to watch it 1,000 times. I'm just saying. So going forward, what we're going to do, every
The
time you
shiny
watch
new toy is here.
Oh, hey, comedian Robert Bass. Welcome. Hello, gentlemen. Hello, Robert. Oh, you look much better, Jerry. Try moving. Say something.
Boy, I'm on it. I can't see anybody.
No, that's Jesus Christ. It may be worse. It may be worse than it was before. Okay, so let's get back to just sit there and be nice, Jerry. Let's get back to the bet. So, Jerry, the bet is Missy said she can watch Wicked 1,000 times between 11/26/2024 and 11/26/2025. I say that's unfeasible, and we'll let it play out. So every time Missy watches Wicked, she's gonna put it in the loud and nerdy comments or loud and nerdy. She's gonna post watching Wicked, and at the end of the year, we'll count as many times. And we'll see other movies do other things. Sure, but watching it 1,000 times is unfeasible. I'm realistic. I love the movie.
It doesn't defy gravity; it defies logic.
Yeah, it does, but that's okay. That's what we do here. We make bets about eating hats over Jubilee. We talk about Seven to the nth degree. We discuss whether or not Seven is a horror movie. It is a horror movie.
So Seven, since you bring that up,
coming back to theaters. Very excited about
for
that.
the 30th anniversary.
30th anniversary, January 3rd is what the rumor is. It's coming back to IMAX for a week. So I am super jazzed because it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And I will tell you right now, if they're giving out posters, like the poster that I saw tonight, absolutely stellar. If that's the poster they're going to give away to me when I go see it in IMAX, one of my 9,000 times seeing Wicked. I'll be seeing something else on January 3rd for my birthday. We invoke Rob Zombie on occasion. How dare you invoke him now? It's the holiday season. What pray tell you? Jerry is scaring me.
I think he's frozen.
I think he is frozen. Well, I think it's just, it's not great.
He looks like the wax museum version of Jerry.
Yes,
Okay,
like the scary, like this is Jerry in his natural habitat. Howard the Duck, fuck that movie too. This is the Seven poster that apparently is going to be handed out at theaters. And if it is, yes, 1,000 times yes. That's a cool ass poster. But yeah, coming back to theaters on January 3rd. Back to Wicked and box office. Interesting. Like I said, beating musicals is one thing. But beating the level of beating that Into the Woods took, it only grossed $34 million. So we're talking, well over a certain amount. Fantastic. It is a great poster, isn't it? But another thing, Kyle, you said you didn't know that Gladiator was premiering this week. Gladiator for a 3-hour movie full of blood and guts, very squarely aimed at men. $55 million with a 3-hour running time is a pretty good gross. It's going to do well throughout the rest of the holidays. It's not going to do Wicked well. Wicked has a shot at $1 billion. Wicked will be playing through the holidays, and they will be releasing AMC, where I went, had it up already that there will be no sing-alongs now because the sing-along version is coming on December 25th. So there'll be a sing-along on-screen version, much like they did with Grease and a couple of the other major.
And that's how they're going to. And that's how Missy will get to the 1,000 mark.
That's again, 1,000 is going to be well. Okay, so she's going to go see that on that day. So what is she giving up on that day? Is she giving up Nosferatu on that day? Gladiator 2 is really good as well. I like both of them. They're both great movies. It wasn't as good as the original, but nothing is. Again, a very good movie. slight problems here and there with it. If we get into it really quick, it's a great movie, great visuals, amazing acting. Denzel is great. My main problem, two problems, and Rich and I both talked about this. Rich came up with it first. In the original Gladiator, there were people that had names and you were paying attention to. When they got killed in the arena, you were upset about. Gladiator 2 doesn't have any of those people. So it's, Jerry's going to have a rough time tonight. It's okay. It's okay. But the other thing that really bugged me about Gladiator 2, and no spoilers, but trying not, because I'm in the movie theater. Oh, yeah, I got you. 3 to 4 days a week. Each time we go, you go 3 or 4 movies. Great. But now they all have to be Wicked. So it's going to be great. We have a bet. This is a bet. They all basically have to be Wicked now, wouldn't you say, Kyle? To get in 1,000 times between now and next year. Every time she goes to the movie, she's going to have to go to Wicked 2 or 3 times.
Once it goes on, well, it's Universal, so it's going to go on Peacock.
Yeah, but that's not going to be for like at least 2 months after it premieres on video on demand. So you got a 2-month span where you're going to have to find a way to watch it every day. We get it.
No, Raven. We just have the movie pass. $18.99 a month, unlimited movies.
We get it, Misty. You're not a poor. I don't think that's what it is. I'm just saying. This is a good bet. I like this bet. I'm happy to take this bet. What are we? Does she have to give her Wicked card if she doesn't? If she doesn't make it to 1,000? What should be? Okay, so 2 things.
What should I?
Jerry. Now.
What?
Yeah, keep it muted.
I muted him.
Just stay there and be happy. Okay, unmute him. Let's see what happens.
I'm on my phone now.
Okay.
The phone. I was on the computer before, but I'm on the phone.
Okay, now you gotta turn your phone on.
Okay, how's that?
I don't know.
Is that better?
Are you hearing it, Kyle?
You're still echoing. I hear it too.
Okay, wait. Okay, so when Jerry wants to talk, you and I won't talk. Jerry, you'll raise your hand. We will take you off mute, and that's how we'll do that. It's like being in high school again. It's very exciting. Back to Gladiator.
It was a test. That was a test.
This was only a test of the emergency broadcast system.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I can't get around
God. What are we doing?
Why we're having technical issues? Because we're not supposed to be here this week. I had wanted to take last night and tonight off. I had technical issues last night with my fucking camera. I have technical issues with my Okay, honey, I work from home and I keep movies on my TV above my work computer. Fine. 3 times a day. She doesn't get to see
If she loses, she doesn't get to see Wicked.
Oh!
Holy shit. That is your friend, Missy.
I love it.
That is your friend.
No. Okay, if you make it to 1,000, you're buying me my next Wicked. No, okay. And if you don't make it to 1,000, full watches. Full 2-hour and 40-minute watches.
Okay, now I'm making this clear. I am not policing this because I am not hearing this fucking movie 1,000 times. So don't ask me to be the.
No, I'm not going to. But here's the thing: it's got to go up on the every time she finishes it. She puts a comment up, and the number. And
I think her 1-minute review should just be commented under there each time.
No. She makes for everyone.
No, I think it should go all in one spot, not just random posts all scattered throughout.
Let's do it as the Wicked bet. We'll do a video where she does the Wicked bet. And we're not the poor. JW doesn't want to do the show. Well, that's true. I like my holidays. I like giving everybody a little bit of freedom. Anyway, so the bet is, if I lose, I buy her a ticket to a Broadway Wicked show. If she loses, she is not allowed to see Wicked Part 2 until it hits Peacock. Do we have a bet? 1,000 times. Where's the calculator on that? The movie's 2 hours and 40 minutes. Hold on. Let me get the calculator out. Is it even feasible?
Anything to add to this, Jerry?
Nope.
Yeah, while I'm doing the math, go.
You're unmuted, Jerry. He's
I can play Jeopardy music. What's my voice actually doing on that end?
It's not your voice.
It's a robot voice?
It's our voices.
No, it's every time me and JW talk, it plays out your phone, and the microphone picks it up and reverbs it back in. And he's frozen again. And he's unfrozen. But he's still muted. Was that Jerry? Timmy's trapped in a well? Yeah, well, while we're waiting for JW to play math teacher here, Ken's been posting in the group about Black Friday deals. I saw the one for Hulu, $1.99 a month for 12 months. Stars, $45 for a year. I believe Max was it $2.99 a month for 6 months. So I mean, definitely, guys, take advantage of some of these streaming service deals that are going around. I didn't mute JW, guys, just so you know. He can talk. He's just deep in thought. Robert Jerry Q is echo, very echo. Oh, Robot Jerry. So
Okay.
now that we're moving past all that.
I don't think it's mathematically possible, but I'll make the bet. 1,000 times. I'll buy the Broadway ticket for whatever showing of Wicked she wants to go to. If she loses, she's not allowed to see Wicked Part 2 until it premieres on Peacock. Do I have a bet? Do we have a bet? Do we have a bet?
There's such a delay.
Don't do it, JW. It's a trap. I don't care. It's good. It's good podcasting. Do we have a bet?
The way that Jerry's stroking his facial hair and then freezing while doing it is really creepy.
Yeah, I feel like the snow is impacting Jerry tonight. It's okay.
Yeah. Wait, that's even a better pose, Jerry. Now you open hand over chin.
Yeah, now it looks like you're reaching out for somebody's balls. It's impressive. Oh. She said yes. All right. There's the bet, folks. We'll call it the Wicked 1000 bet. So Missy, on 11/26/2025, you have to have watched Wicked 1,000 times. Okay.
When does part 2 come out?
Part 2 comes out next November, but she won't be able to see it until the bet is finished. That's the other part of it. That's rough.
Oh.
She'll have to wait. I think she'll have to wait like 7 days.
She's going to knock off 10 of them this week with just...
Okay. 1,000 times. 2 hours and 40 minutes, 1,000 times. I like that you write 1,000 is only 125 days out of 365 days. Now,
sleep.
Extrapolate that out. Yes, there you go. There you go, buddy. There you go. And this is how hell was made. I won't go see it until it hit 1,000. I'm gonna hit 1,000 way before it comes out. Okay.
Oh, Jesus. So, all morning, all I heard was Christopher Nolan is assembling this super cast
Yes,
for an unnamed movie
yes.
that starts filming next year to be released in 2026.
There are rumors about what it is.
And what are these said rumors?
One of the rumors is Gary's just gonna walk around the house, maybe find a better thing.
Meanwhile, while
Um,
JW and I are podcasting, we have the Blair Witch Project showing in the screen below.
yeah, just Jerry in the corner. One of the rumors is that it could be a remake of Blue Thunder. Do you know what Blue Thunder is?
No.
I'm waiting until Wicked Part 2. Okay, so Blue Thunder, and this is where the rumor comes from. Blue Thunder is a pretty great Roy Scheider movie from I think it's 1983, 1982, one around there. And basically it's about these people who come to a LAPD pilot, a helicopter pilot. Yes, there it is. Roy Scheider, Blue Thunder. Thank you, Jerry. Even though we can't hear you and we can't talk to you right now. But Blue Thunder basically is this super duper amazing helicopter that can do all kinds of surveillance, and it becomes like Roy Scheider discovers how dangerous it is. And basically, what it is um, it's him versus the people that are trying to make this super Orwellian helicopter. And what the reason the rumor comes up is because Nolan had sent a copy of this movie on Blu-ray to everyone working on in his universe. So his editor, his cinematographer, his production designers. The other rumor would be that they're working on the other rumor besides the Blue Thunder one, which is really interesting, is that they're working on a version of a remake of The Prisoner. Have you ever seen The Prisoner? You know what The
Yeah,
Prisoner is?
I'm watching Jerry, though. It's like watching a silent movie down here. I'm just waiting
Yeah,
for words to pop up.
yeah, and then he, you know, he looks like he's packed into clothing. He looks very like layered today and gentlemanly. But The Prisoner is this Patrick McGowan show from the '70s, where basically it's a spy show, and basically it was like a sci-fi spy show. So basically, it was Patrick McGowan was the spy that was captured, and he was put in this little village, and the little village basically had all these people that were also spies but working on the other side. And every time Patrick McGowan, the highlights of the show were always Patrick McGowan trying to beat whoever the leader of the village was on any given week, and they were all trying to break him. And then also when he would try to escape, Blue Thunder TV show is terrible, but the movie's pretty great. But The Prisoner, he would try to escape, and when he would try to escape, his way out would be blocked by giant balloon balls that would follow him around and stop him from leaving. It's one of the great sci-fi shows of all time, and it's only ran for one season. It's only like 13 episodes. It's a classic show that just never gets old. And it's another thing that Nolan has been circling. But the big rumor was that he passed out Blue Thunder things. Speaking of other weird, we have one weird, one sad thing. Let's talk about the other weird one, the weirdest story of the day. Ryan Reynolds and Free Guy writer bringing 82-year-old cartoon superhero to the big screen. And if you knew that cartoon superhero, I will show him to you right now. Give me 1 minute. Oh, no. Hold on. I'll show him to you in a second. I have a picture of him. But if you read the news, it's
Do
interesting.
you know who it is, Jerry?
Yeah,
Jerry?
Does Jerry know who it is?
Jerry, do you know?
I don't know if Jerry knows. Hold on. I hate when it breaks them. I really do hate when it breaks them. It's not funny. I feel bad that Jerry, if you don't want to hang out, you don't have to. I feel bad now because Jerry's like he's in the snow. He's all miserable.
You know what didn't come from Jerry's basement? Voices today.
No voice. Okay, so if you don't know what Ryan Reynolds and his Free Guy screenwriter are working on, all I gotta say is, here I come to save the day. Bam! Mighty Mouse. And if you don't think it's ripe, it's ripe. It's a really interesting, like, they don't know if it's going to be live action or animation. They don't know what it's going to be. They think it might be. They might, he first premiered in 1942. The name of his short was The Mouse of Tomorrow. And he was initially a parody of Superman, right? Super strength, super flight, penchant for operatic decorations. Like, here I come to save the day. And Paramount Animation, and they've been working really hard lately. They've been, they did the Ninja Turtle stuff. They have a Dogman movie coming out, and the guy who is doing this, Lieberman, who wrote Free Guy, The Christmas Chronicles, and Scoob, they're all working together. I think this might be one of the projects of the year. Like, it could end up being a huge hit, reinvent Mighty Mouse for an entire new generation. And Reynolds, anything he touches turns to gold. Jerry, would you like to comment on Mighty Mouse, The Prisoner, and Blue Thunder? No, Jerry's sleeping, and so is his computer. Okay, we're gonna mute us.
Well, now hold on. I got like everything Ryan Reynolds touches turns to gold. Yes. I remember 3 years ago on this very show where you were like, everything Ryan Reynolds touches is a fucking disaster.
No.
Oh, you were saying that because you had a co-host at the time that would pull his pud to Ryan Reynolds.
I was saying everything that's not related to Deadpool is not great for Ryan Reynolds.
No, this was before. This was before the first Deadpool movie came out,
and also before Free Guy, because he didn't.
We're talking like ripped.
Yeah, he didn't hit anything.
What else
He didn't hit anything out of the park. That's what I'm saying. It's different now. Mighty Mouse is now different. Plus, the guy that's working, the guy that has worked on the Christmas Chronicles, Scoob, he's pretty good. You know what I mean? And Free Guy is would prefer Underdog. Nah, I think Mighty Mouse is better than Underdog. I know people hate Scoob, but as someone who loves Hanna-Barbera animation, I really enjoyed it. It wasn't a great story, but I like it. I think Scoob is underrated. I think Scoob is a pretty good version of Scooby-Doo. Obviously not 70s morning version of Scooby-Doo that's fantastic, and if not for you, these darn kids, but it's a pretty good version of Scooby. Okay, let's let Jerry talk about Blue Thunder, The Prisoner, and Mighty Mouse. Mute us and go to Jerry.
Oh, you're good. I mean, Blue Thunder's a great movie, though. That's why I have it. Mighty Mouse sounds interesting. The Prisoner, that was pretty good. But Mighty Mouse, did you see the one I sent you today? The Popeye one? That's going to be ridiculous.
Am I unmuted? Are we back?
When you tell me to mute you so Jerry can talk, you can't talk, JW. No one hears you.
Sorry.
That's how that works. Technology hard.
I don't like not talking. Like that's not who I am. What Jerry is referring to is this. Where did I put it? Oh, right there. Okay, not Stir of Echoes, Kids Under the Stairs. Jerry's referring to this, a trailer that came out yesterday for a movie called Popeye the Slayer Man. Because as we know, the new thing is that everything that is in the public domain is now a horror film. So Popeye apparently is eating his spinach and killing teens with his massive arms. I don't know what the fuck we're doing here. The Winnie the Pooh thing was cute. Now we have like Pinocchio, and then we have like fucking Steamboat Willie, 2 Steamboat Willie movies.
Oh
One
man,
produced by the
you
guys who.
picture Pinocchio just lies to you to your face until his nose like pierces your heart to kill you.
Man, what the fuck's the point, man?
And
Jerry,
then just saws it off and walks away.
yeah, let's get in case Jerry wants to go, because I'm okay with him not dealing with us tonight, especially if he's got snow and all kinds of shit going on. Let's do this while we're waiting. Let's get Jerry. It came from Jerry's basement. We will mute. You'll mute both me and you, Kyle. We'll let Jerry introduce, and then I'll pop in and talk. Ready? One, two.
So tonight's movie is The Vindicator. It can be found on YouTube. This movie is about a lab scientist who succumbs to something in the lab, and a doctor pieces him back together, kind of like a robot. He goes on a killing spree, and then he ends up giving the doctor his just due.
Just now. Okay, we're unmuted. So it's a pretty standard 80s. It's just crazy what's happening tonight. It's a pretty standard 80s movie. It's also known as Frankenstein 88. It can be found as Robo Man some places. It's 86. It's Canadian. It's basically it's got a lot of gore. It's fun. It's very short, 93 minutes. It was originally distributed, although you see here, and Jerry had the key video box with the rainbow bars around it. Originally distributed by 20th Century Fox. So it's it's basically it's kind of like a movie that has a lot of people who liked David Cronenberg movies, that has a lot of body horror stuff going on. And it's fun, and it's something you can watch for free on Tubi, which I think the sheer volume of shit that's on Tubi is cannot be. It's overwhelming, and it's not even like your own private supply. I did rewatch Alien Romulus, which premiered on Hulu. Alien Romulus might be better than I thought it was before. I like it better the third time I've seen it. Also, there was a weird theory going around about Alien Romulus that I was like, really? And it's kind of like a weird incestuous one. So it's the idea there's one girl in the movie that is pregnant, and there's one guy in the movie who's kind of a shitbag for the entire movie, and they're cousins. And he really goes to defend her when the alien is coming after her. And a bunch of people kind of put two and two together and asked the director, is he the father of her baby? And the director said, yes, he is. So who the fuck knew? I never would have put two and two together because they're cousins. He does realize when I expect I hadn't seen the house tickets right. Heck, I'll even take the backstage experience. Well, no, you get a seat. You get a ticket to Wicked. It's okay. We'll see how that goes. 125 days out of your next year, the next year from this date, are watching Wicked. 125 days. We'll see how it goes. I think it's a cool bet. Should be a lot of fun. Should be great for you, Kyle. You should really enjoy this bet. This bet should go well for you.
I'm glad I got noise canceling headphones for my Xbox.
I mean, if Missy were to pull this bet off, she would be defying gravity. And
So since we're back to
because I've done the bet, I'm not going to be the most popular person in your house. I've already seen that.
Anyway, since we're back to talking about Wicked, did you hear about the Mattel doll snafu?
Yeah, we talked about this last week. Robert was
Okay.
on. We of course talked about the porn aspect of this last week. Comedian Robert Bass was on. So yes, he definitely talked about that. Yeah,
When Robert's around, there's porn
the
to be
porn
had.
stuff was interesting. There are a couple of things going on about Wicked that are interesting. One thing that came out was that Ariana Grande has been paid 15 times the amount Cynthia Erivo has been paid, which, if true, that's astoundingly crazy to me. And and I've heard all the things like, oh well, she can't go on tour and she couldn't do an album because she's working on a movie and all this other stuff. And I'm like, 15 times. So if Cynthia Erivo made $1 million for Wicked and was amazing in the role of Elphaba, and Ariana Grande made 15 times the amount that she made, that would mean she made $15 million to Cynthia Erivo's $1 million. That seems ludicrous to me. I don't know how anybody else feels about it, but that seems like crazy. All I know is that Rob enjoys pegging. Well, I don't know if Rob enjoys pegging. I know that really offer the BBC to I'm so angry about this review. It's one bad review. Like you can talk about it if you want in the comments, but who like the reviews are generally amazing for Wicked. It's you know what I mean. It's been what is it at on Rotten Tomatoes? What is it? It's at 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, with a 96% from the audience. And you want to talk about the one bad review from BBC that was scathing? Who gives a shit? Who cares? Here's the kick in the butt. They keep reposting that review done by this guy just to get people to post in it, and they talk about it. It's really annoying. Yeah, but now we're talking about it. Why would
It's clickbait. Wow.
It's clickbait. Just let it go. It's okay. The movie's widely regarded.
Wrong movie. Wrong movie.
What, I mean? What?
Let It Go is the wrong movie. That's Frozen.
Well, I'm just saying, like 9 out of 10 reviews for this movie are positive.
I mean, the original singer from Wicked. I mean, yeah, there's a connection there, but
there is a connection there.
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah, there is.
Even I already made that point.
Good job.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I think one bad review from the BBC and they're reposting. That's what I'm saying. The guy really don't want no Wicked, watch Wicked. I mean, he shouldn't be allowed to write anything. Well, you can't say he shouldn't be allowed to write anything, but you can say I'm not gonna fall into the trap of talking about it or reposting it or going off the bad reviews. The people in the loud nerdy sphere and the people in the Generation Movie sphere and the Indie Escape Network sphere have all seen it, and it's all good. Kyle, I'm so proud of you for seeing that. You only need to see it once.
I only needed to see it once, not 1,000 times, once.
I'm not going to ruin anything. I'm not talking about anything. I was just mainly saying that she's an actress. No, the actress who originated the role on Broadway also originated Let It Go. Is all.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything about any.
Also voiced Frozen.
Yeah, she did Let It Go,
and she's coming back to Broadway in Redwood.
What's Redwood? What is that?
I don't know the specifics of it, but they're going to be doing she'll be singing a song from it in the Macy's Day Parade on Thanksgiving. So it's coming back to Broadway. So I know my wife's excited. She might have to miss a day of seeing Wicked on the movie screen to go see that play in New York. But I mean, maybe she'll go see Wicked in the movie theater in New York too.
Oh, there you go. For the record, I wouldn't want to watch any movie 1,000 times, no matter how much I enjoyed it. I'm saying it's not feasible. I'm saying eventually you will grow tired of 2 hours and 40 minutes of your life I've seen Raiders of the Lost Ark probably 300 times in my life, and that's a movie I love more than anything. So 1,000 times in a year is going to be. She might not love Wicked afterwards. Like it might be weird.
This
And
might work.
if
Maybe
she
she'll
does,
hate all musicals after this.
that's I'm helping you, man. I'm working for you. Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. I do. That's cool. Well, and Eagle Eye viewers will see. So okay, no, put that down. No, that's a spoiler. No, we get in trouble on this show for spoilers. No, 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 no.
You know, you're the one that said no spoiling it, and then you go and put that up. Like,
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, it's a weird. We're in a weird showtime tonight. So we did the
yeah,
Vindicator already. I don't know if we're getting visits from our good buddies.
hold on, hold on, Jerry. Two syllables. First word sounds like what? What was that? Oh, sorry, I thought we were playing charades.
We're not. Jerry, you do. I've been doing Rocky Horror since I was 13 years old. Right, since you were 13 years old, over many years, not one consecutive year.
Oh no, I think there might
Just
have been
doing
a thousand times a
it
year.
over and over again. Well, do you feel you've seen Rocky Horror 1,000 times?
Oh, more than,
Okay,
more than.
but how many years did it take you to do that? Missy's number one favorite musical is Cats. No, it isn't. No, it
The
isn't.
digital butthole edition.
No, we won't be joining. Thank you for the invite, though. Okay, so no Joe, no Joe, no. I feel bad. No Joe.
I guess I guess the lore wore off the new toy.
Yeah, we're not fun anymore. It's okay. You have to watch it 1,000 times or more a year to perfect it, JW. That doesn't come out. Oh no, that's fine. No, I'm not. I would never say anything bad about you guys in Rocky Horror. I'm just saying
No, no, but we had to.
1,000 times
There were
over.
times where we had people over almost daily for training and running the movie over and over and
Right, but
over
different from
and
watching a
over
movie for enjoyment, right? And not and
and over.
certainly not watching it in full every time, right? And Rocky Horror is only an hour and 45 minutes, not 2 hours and 40 minutes.
It seems like longer.
I just think that's where you've been. No, it's not. If it was the first movie, it's Raven. It's not my favorite. Okay, okay. I've hit more than 1,000, so they definitely have. That's fine. That, like I said, it doesn't. I'm saying I think 1,000. I think 1,000 in a year is tough.
Anyway,
It should be very exciting. We got a Mighty Mouse movie coming. We do need to talk about this. We do need to talk about, um, there is sad news today. And I do want to talk about
what, the Jerry can't speak?
that is sad news. I like Jerry speaking.
Joe starts his
maybe
mini vacation.
I couldn't watch
Congratulations.
the final episode of season 3 of From when you guys are done. Oh, sure. Just watch a show and don't come on our show. I see how it is.
No, he said when we're done.
Whatever. You should come on. Him and comedian Robert Bash should come on. This gentleman, let's talk about this. For those who don't know, this is Jim Abrams. He is the filmmaker behind Airplane and Naked Gun. He died today at the age of 80. Natural causes. One of the truly great comedic writers and directors. The list of movies that he's been a part of: Naked Gun series, Police Squad, Hot Shots movies, some of the scary movies. Of course, the Kentucky Fried movie, and just Airplane and how important Airplane was and how important the Naked Gun was in that franchise. So losing him is losing a comedic legend. He was 80 years old. He founded the Kentucky Fried Theater in Madison in 1971 so that he could perform sketches and improvise. And then in 1977, they made the Kentucky Fried movie one of the truly great movies, comedy movies, sketch comedy movies. And of course, Naked Gun and the Naked Gun franchise, which is getting revived as we speak, with Liam Neeson taking over for Leslie Nielsen.
Now, who's going to
Jerry,
play OJ's part?
I don't know, somebody that didn't murder his wife.
But he didn't murder his wife then. Is it going to be like the tragic, like, become the Linkin Park lead singer? And
you think it's like a curse? You think
yeah,
if
is it going to be like a curse
you
part?
murder your wife?
Yeah, it's like becoming the lead singer of Stone Temple Pilots.
Liam Neeson can't do that. His wife's already dead.
No, he can't. But I mean, well, no, because he's playing a different part. He's not playing OJ's
I
part.
want Jerry, talk a little bit about how important for comedy films Airplane, Naked Gun, Hot Shots, all those movies were. Are you a big fan of those?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the Airplane's one of the first ones that I let my kid watch because you have to see that type at least once. You know? You're not you.
This is crazy. This is nuts. I'm gonna have to buy Jerry a microphone. Wait, who's taking over for Leslie? I missed it. Liam Neeson. Taken and Schindler's List. Jerry, you talk jive, laugh out loud. That's really funny. Anything Leslie Nielsen does in Doctor Who turned 61 on Saturday. Yes, that was a big birthday for Doctor Who. I saw that. It's got the Christmas episode coming up shortly for Raven, who's a big fan. I did talk about this last week. Let's talk about this again. This show on Peacock, everybody should be watching. Eddie Redmayne, Latasha Lynch from No Time to Die. Really great version of The Day of the Jackal. Brought forward for our time frame and sensibilities. What else? Anything else? You got anything else? I was really hoping the boys were going to show up tonight. I'm a little bit disappointed that they're not coming. As long as he doesn't do another freaking Taken movie. Well, you got to assume.
Listen, he has a certain skill set, and we'll see if it relates to the Naked Gun series.
Well, and think about it. Leslie Nielsen, when he did Airplane, he was a serious actor, right? Leslie Nielsen started Forbidden Planet, a bunch of other movies.
Wait,
there's two Jerrys? Oh no! Now there's two of them.
Okay.
Oh, maybe.
Am I in?
Oh, you're in. Wait a second. Okay, wait. Whoa. Let's remove that. No, I removed the wrong one.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how long this lasts.
We'll see how long it lasts. How do you feel about Liam Neeson taking over for Leslie Nielsen?
That's interesting.
I think he can do it. Hello, Jamie Hill.
Well, we're used to just seeing him as like, that same actor that he is. He's out to get somebody.
Well, I mean, I think the interesting side, when he did the Lego movie, I think that's where you get the idea that he could be Leslie Nielsen-ish in a Naked Gun movie.
True.
And I think they're going to have so much more they can do. Hello, I'm so glad Jamie Hill's here. She's always a ray of sunshine. And Raven gets a shout out from one of the stars of Skinamarink. Anyway, I think it's an interesting casting. I don't think people realize how funny Airplane is. The original Airplane,
it's fantastic.
It holds up. It's funny. Like whoever had the fish, and it's just and then all the lines with like fucking Peter Graves.
Jim never drinks coffee at home.
He never drinks my coffee at home, or the eggs, the fucking egg pass.
Right.
Jesus Christ!
Talking dudes don't know nothing anyhow.
Guess it was the wrong time for me to stop sniffing glue. Wrong week for me. I didn't hear about Darkman. That's awesome. How about a Darkman reboot? I would love a
I
Darkman
like
reboot.
Darkman.
Darkman's a great movie. The sequels aren't great, but they're fun. But Darkman,
We
I
need a
think
seventh
Darkman is
Punisher.
Darkman has ties to Dark Knight of the Scarecrow.
Darkman has ties to Dark Knight of the Scarecrow. Darkman also is, if you didn't believe that Sam Raimi could direct a Spider-Man movie, I would direct you to watch Darkman and then
Yes.
understand he understood superheroes before anybody in Hollywood did.
Yep.
And Darkman was one of the great, like, I have all those posters because that was one of the summer my dad worked at for UA. So there were posters all over the theater. Who is Darkman?
Well, even Evil Dead. I mean,
Well, yeah.
look at the
make
film,
Evil Dead
the way
worked in
he
a movie
filmed those
theater?
movies, right?
Oh, that's interesting. You want to make your own prequel to Skinamarink? That's interesting. That's an interesting take. Would it? This is a question for Jamie Hill. I don't know what she thinks about it. Would your take on it, prequel to Skinamarink, would that involve looking at House of Leaves as well, or is it not? I don't know if you can talk about that. I don't know if she can talk about it, but would it have a lot to do with House of Leaves, which is a book that came out that many people think Skinamarink kind of understood, is the way I would say it. So, that's an interesting question for her. Also, Jerry, how exciting! We're in season 2, by the way. When we get to the
Yes.
Twilight Zone Redux, we finally got into season 2. Don't go away yet, Tom. I saw you moving towards stuff. Don't leave. We're not getting there yet. I'm waiting to see if Jamie can answer. So are they calling it the Storm of the Century up there? Speaking of
No, I
underrated
just called it
movies,
that.
Speaking of underrated movies, the Stephen King miniseries Storm of the Century. Oh my god, fan-fucking-tastic, amazing. One of the great miniseries.
Yep.
Scary, well done with the weather effects. Oh my god, that movie's terrifying. Paul Meany, fuck him. Oh, he's so bad. He's so evil in that movie. What else? Kyle, what else you got going on? Am I the only one? When I see Skinamarink, I think the elephants know. The Elephant Show. You can, but it's one of the better horror films put out the last year. A low budget independent horror film that's kind of caught on praise wise. Won some awards at the Fangoria Awards.
Every time.
So it's a horror film, basically about 2 little kids that are trapped in a house that doesn't have windows or doors, and there's something chasing them in the house. So yeah, here's the.
We got
one right now.
nothing going on.
No new pops or anything.
Oh, I'm just preparing for Hell, better known as the Christmas Rush.
Oh, I thought you were preparing for hell watching Wicked 1,000 times.
Listen, for the next month, I'm going to be in the post office.
Again, it's got after the show, Loud and Nerdy will put up a thing that says Wicked #WickedBet. I'm going to put it right up on the Loud and Nerdy page. Every time she logs a full 2-hour and 40-minute version of the movie, she just comments 1. She'll start the number. We'll start the number. And we'll go from there. That's how we're going to do this.
I think I could put up
She has until November 26, 2025.
Get them headphones out, Kyle.
Should be an interesting time. I was thinking about that. So 2 hours and 40 minutes, right? Figure 8 hours for sleep, Kyle, or what's the sleeping patterns in your house? 8 hours?
5.
5 hours sleep. 5 hours sleep. 8 hours work. She's working from home, but 8 hours of work.
Got to put
that we do have that. She has to be focused on with it, right?
You got to get a TV in the bathroom.
It can't be something where it's on in the background.
Get a TV in the bathroom.
Got to be a full focus on Wicked. It can't be like I'm.
I don't know about that one.
Why? You can't.
I watch 90% of the stuff I watch is just background. So I can't really say that one.
You watch Wicked while you're taking a Wicked one.
Totally normal for me. Love that
Like,
show. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so
how many times, like a movie you like, while you're just doing stuff around the house, you just throw on for the background noise, and you can see it playing in your head as you just hear it.
No. 1,000 times. It's not.
I don't know about that one.
She can't.
There's so many times I.
But what I'm saying is, like 3 hours of work, that wouldn't count. Like if she watched it 3 times in the background while she's doing work. Tyler's like, this is gonna kill him.
No, Raven. I'm going to work. I got noise canceling headphones for my video games. I got this room up here that I can lock the door.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is, you got to be focused on the movie, otherwise it's not in the nature of the bet. 1,000 times, not focusing on other stuff. Because
I don't think in this day and age anybody really does single tasking though.
But I'm saying I don't think it's fair.
Nobody watches a movie 1,000 times either.
That's exactly right. Yes, Jerry. Yes, I'm just saying the parameters.
That's false, though. By going by your statement there, then JW, I haven't seen Rocky 1,000 times because I've never watched the movie in its entirety without interacting with it, calling back, performing it, throwing things at it.
That's different. You've taken the time to watch the movie.
And I'm interacting with people there, so I'm not.
I'm talking about video on demand. I'm saying. So did Missy tell you I'm moving in this month, Kyle? Laugh out loud. Well,
come and knock on our door. We've been waiting for you.
I'm saying, like, when it comes to video on demand, I don't think it would be fair if, like, she has an 8-hour workday and she counts 2 times that Wicked was on while she was working. I don't think that's fair. Because in order to make my bet, I have to take into account that she has work and sleep. 13 hours out of the day, right there for me, are golden. Right? No, I'm just fucking with you. So that's what I'm saying. 13 hours a day are out of the equation for her. That means 11 hours. Theoretically, she could get in 3 showings. She could watch it 3 times, but not watching anything else. I just think I have to put limit. The limit has to be. I'm giving up a Broadway ticket here. The limit has to be that you can't watch it during work time.
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't know.
Just have it on mute in the background.
Well, no, but when
she doesn't have stuff on mute.
But when I just watch a movie at home,
like, so you're saying that technically I don't listen to podcasts while I'm at work then?
No, different. This is different.
No, it's not.
Watching a movie and listening to a podcast are 2 different things.
Well, if you're watching a movie, you're watching a movie, right?
Right.
If you're listening to a movie, you're listening to a movie. Because I do that too. We all do that, right?
Right. We all we're a double, or we all multitask. I'm not saying that's not the case. What I'm saying is, in order for this to be 1,000 times, it has to be her making the time to watch a 2-hour and 40-minute movie.
Like every time Jaws comes on, I watch it because Jaws is on.
Yes.
I watch it.
Yes.
And you never have your phone in your hand and stare away from the TV at all.
I'm not working.
Well, no, I mean, I have to take a leak, but I take a leak during the parts that I know are boring.
I don't even have a problem with that.
JW, with running this network, technically, if you're watching a movie, you are working.
Okay.
Okay, he's looking for the loopholes.
Yeah, but
we're working on loopholes.
We should just cancel it back because I don't think it's going to be.
Yeah, it's unrealistic, really.
Yeah, I think it's
1,000
unrealistic.
times? No way.
And I would need
Can't do 1,000 times in a
need
lifetime
I would
truly
right,
watching a movie. Like,
I would need parameters like Missy can't have it on in the background while she's doing 75 other things.
I mean, that stuff would be
That
kind of
wasn't
easy
the
to
nature of
do
the bet.
then, right?
The
Because
nature
you
of the
could
bet
just
was
keep it on repeat
right,
constantly.
right. The nature of the bet was you're crazy because nobody can do 1,000 times in a year.
Yeah, that's a
It's not
lot.
1,000 times while I'm working at work.
I wouldn't even want to watch my favorite movies 1,000 times in a year
I
because
could do
I'd
it, but
grow to hate them.
it's not something I would. It's not.
It's like
It's
eating
not
hot dogs for dinner every day.
right. It's not something that's realistic. That's why it was a bet. Let's just end the bet. We'll cancel the bet. We'll cancel it. I'm not screwed. I'm not canceling because I don't think I just think there'd have to be parameters. It can't be like, well, I'm multitasking. I'm
Like,
you
what's
know,
more realistic would be what, like 30 times in a year, maybe, right? Maybe 30,
well,
maybe. Even
I
that's a
would go-
maybe.
I would. I don't know. I think the bet has to be canceled. Maybe we'll talk. We'll bring it back up next week when we come back for next week. But let's get to the part that Kyle hates, and he can duck out for a second. Dream of
Unless you want to hang, you can hang.
Let's talk. Yeah, you can stay, Kyle, for Twilight Zone Redux. So Twilight Zone Redux, we are in episode 1 of season 2.
Franken candle.
It premiered September 30th, 1960. The name of the episode is King 9 Will Not Return, I should say. And it goes something like this. So it starts off with basically a guy in the desert. He's around a plane, and that's the plane. It looks like it's crash landed. It's clearly a World War II plane. There's Nazi swastikas on it, plus American like bombing runs and Japanese plane as well. The name of the plane is the King 9. It has a giant card on it. And he basically starts hallucinating, having all these things. He finds like a thing, a place in the desert. He's wondering what happened to his crew, what happened to, what's going on. And it's an interesting episode because it's all for almost 24 out of the 26 minutes. It's one character. And it's just him season 2 episode 1. Yes, Raven. So basically it's just him, and its opening narration goes, "This is Africa, 1943. War spits out its violence overhead, and the sandy graveyard swallows it up. Her name is King 9, B-25 medium bomber, 12th Air Force. On a hot, still morning, she took off from Tunisia to bomb the southern tip of Italy. An errant piece of flak tore a hole in the wing tank, and like a wounded bird, this is where she landed, not to return on this day or any other day." So, Captain James Embry is the captain. He is looking around for his crew. He finds the grave of one of his men, recognizes jets overhead, which are different from the jets that he dealt with, so it's impossible for 1943. And then he kind of like goes, "I don't understand how I know what these different jets are." So he kind of like starts freaking out, and it's very much a mental episode.
Yep.
Embry collapses the sand. He basically, the next time you see him in the episode, he's hospitalized, suffering hallucinations, and it's 17 years later. So basically, he's there. 2 doctors are talking about him, like finding out what happened, and they look, and basically, he had a mental breakdown, and they show what caused the mental breakdown was. It's a newspaper article that basically is talking about this plane they found in, near Italy that crashed in the desert,
Yep.
and it's his plane. And then it basically, it's all about finding the long lost jet, the King 9, and then the doctors say, well, what happened was he got sick the night before the flight, and so Embry was replaced on the mission by another captain. And then
He was insisting that he was not.
That
he was there.
He was there. And basically, so this whole headline has triggered Survivor. He's talked about being in the desert. They think he's hallucinating. And finally the show ends with him kind of like breaking down. The doctor's like, well, you weren't in the desert. And then the doctor, they bring in his clothes, and as they put his clothes down on the table, the nurse tips the shoe out, and it's full of sand.
Where'd that come from?
Where'd that come from? And then the closing narration: enigma buried in the sand, a question mark with broken wings that lies in silent grace as a marker in a desert shrine. Odd how the real consorts with the shadows, how the present fuses with the past. How does it happen? The question on file in the silent desert, and the answer is waiting for us in the Twilight Zone. So it is an entire episode about a full machination of survivor guilt. And if you think about this, survivor guilt is something that's just started to be talked about in the last, I don't know, Gary, 20 years.
Yeah.
Right? Legit talked about 20 years, like survivors from Iraq, survivors from Afghanistan, right? Where our guys have come back and all their entire, troop was worn out, wrecked.
It almost reminds me of that. What was the episode, the older episode with the pilot that ended up in the future? You remember that one? And he had to fly back because I should have been there.
I should have been there.
I'm a coward. It's sort of similar to that, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit like that, but this one is more like the thing it reminded me of today was the survivor guilt aspects of it was Godzilla -1, right?
Yeah, true. Very
true. The kamikaze pilot who basically doesn't do what he needs to do to stop Godzilla, and he kills all those people, and then Godzilla comes back, and then the rest of the movie is just him trying to get over the guilt, protect his family and his friends, and beat Godzilla, right? But what I want to lean in is that this is not something that was talked about psychiatric wise, right? The idea that if you made it home from war, you made it home, and some other people that you were in your troop didn't, you were just considered a lucky one, right? The idea that you made it home is the just reward. It's just recently in the last, I'd say 20 years, where we've started to talk about in a real way how people feel about not giving up or not making the sacrifice that other people made, or them. They don't feel as lucky as we think they are, right? And for the Twilight Zone to hit this in 1960.
Well, right, and even First Blood has survivor guilt in it.
That's what I mean. Like, but it's not something psychiatrically that was talked about. So, like, the Twilight Zone not only changes the stuff we're watching and the movies we're watching and the TV we're seeing, but it also in some circles could have changed some psychiatrist's mind somewhere. And that is why we have greatness, and that's why the writing is so good. Now, is this one of the more dynamic episodes? No. But it was interesting, and it's really interesting. Also, new to season 2 is a new opening logo.
Yep.
Also, Rod Serling standing on the set, so he's actually in the desert at the beginning of the episode reading the narration, which is super cool. And again, started in last season. It's an innovation. It's really cool because it basically, the camera pans to him, he does the narration, camera pans back to whoever the star is. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if it's going to stay up, but for something where this is so setting inclusive, so setting important, it's really cool. Next week's episode, a great one, episode 38, episode 2, season 2. It is called The Man in the Bottle, and it is about a genie. So things are going to get wishy next week. Okay, Kyle, we're done. You can take away the narrator. Thank you for putting him up.
Perfect.
What do you got going on, Jerry? Any big Slapjaw things coming up?
No.
Did you see the thing from the Moon Ballroom about putting a song out to promote something? They were looking for songs from local bands.
Oh, I'll have to take a look at it. We were just there. There was a benefit that went on for a friend of ours that's in Skin and Bones. He has cancer, and it was a great turnout. They actually had it at the tavern part, not the ballroom, but
we had We had a terrible thing happen in our little city today. We had a child, an autistic child, was marked lost yesterday, and then they found him, but he drowned in one of the lakes.
Oh,
So it's
that's
like, yeah, it's fucking terrible. The amount of sadness in this world, people getting sick and people not paying attention, and just feel so
but
bad.
I'll have to take a look at that though.
Yeah, take a look at the Moon Ballroom. Eric had it up on his thing. I was
I
thinking of
wonder what
Slapjaw
that's
the whole
for.
time.
I was talking to him there at the
Oh yeah,
benefit.
I would imagine that it's probably something that Slapjaw would be interested in. Kyle, what do you got planned this week?
Work,
Work.
lots and lots of work.
Um.
So,
Uh,
but
so
as
a
you guys
couple
can
things.
see here, I want comments in the Lot of Nerdy group. Thanksgiving, what's your go-to? Turkey, ham, or something else?
Ham. Ham.
I prefer ham over turkey myself.
I ham, and I prefer spiral ham, and I prefer it from what used to be the honey baked. It's now honey baked ham, I guess it is. But we used to
Pumpkin pie
the
and
theater,
cheesecake. I like those too.
Well, a better question would be, what's your side dish? What, you guys have an awesome Thanksgiving. Thank you, Cindy. What's your go-to side dish? I've become a yams, marshmallow, walnuts guy.
They're okay. I don't mind the yams with the marshmallow.
I'm
I like
become
stuffing.
looking for a good sweet potato yam casserole. That's and my wife and my aunt.
I like making a shit ton of mashed potatoes, only so the next day you take out the cold mashed potatoes and you slam them on the frying pan and press
Oh,
them
you do
down
like
and
you
heat
do
them
that?
up.
Yeah, you
Oh,
do the
I knew my mother would say ham though.
ham. There you go. But that being
She
said,
was
I
never really a big poultry type
definitely
fan.
ham. I want to. So from everybody here at the Indie Escape Network. First off, before we leave, I just want to promote this. Coming up on Sunday night, Joe apparently is back with David Lee Madison and Amanda Madison, writer of Program 38 Sparks, for Sunday, December 1st, 10 p.m., end of the night. So Joe will be back this week. We wish David and his daughter the best. Then I do want to say, from everybody here at the Indie Escape Network, happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the day. Watch some football. Maybe go to the movies. Maybe watch Wicked 2 or 3 times.
I'm going to sight in a rifle in the morning on Thanksgiving.
What was that?
I'm going to sight in a rifle in the morning.
Nice. But I'm gonna probably watch the parade. I watched the Macy's Day Parade. I think it's the best parade to watch. But I want to thank everybody.
see, according to you though, I don't watch the Macy's Day Parade because I have it on the background while I'm prepping the charcuterie board. So I mean, I'm not really watching it.
But you're not.
You're going to get a TV in the kitchen.
That's different.
Like I have.
Paying
I have a
attention-
TV in the
Paying
kitchen.
attention to a parade and paying attention to a movie are 2 different things. Parades, I guarantee you're going to miss a portion of the Macy's Day Parade. If you're watching Wicked, you're not going to miss a portion of Wicked.
I'm
Kyle,
not going to miss
you
any
do
of
what
it
I
if I'm
did.
doing something else.
You need to do what I did, Kyle. You were at my house. I had the TV right there. And from the dining room, kitchen, you could see it.
Everybody, friends, family, everybody who watches, everybody pays attention, takes good care of us. Thank you. Have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll be back next week for Loud and Nerdy at 9 p.m. Also coming up in the next 3 weeks before we end for the season. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. I like it like this. Coming up on Generation Movie, we have Starman on the 2nd.
Oh, that's a good movie.
A fantastic John Carpenter movie. Then, and also Natasha Bogutski will be joining us all 3 weeks. We have Santa Claus the movie on the 9th, which is one of the worst movies ever made, but Natasha really likes it. And then on the 16th, our last show of the year, Steven Spielberg presents Joe Dante's Gremlins. So we'll see everybody then. Everybody have a great week. Thank you for joining us. Happy Turkey Day to everybody. And everybody, please have a happy and safe Thanksgiving.